Nepal, located in the South Asian region in the world map, is a naturally beautiful country. Nepal boasts 8 snow-capped peaks that are above 8,000 meters tall. It is also famous as a country of mountains. The world's tallest peak, Mount Everest, is in Nepal. Thousands of summiters from across the world come to Nepal every year. Mount Everest is the world's highest peak, which is 8,848 meters high from the sea level. This top of the world is situated in the northern mountain range of Nepal. It was first successfully conquered by Tenzing Norgay Sherpa and Sir Edmund Hillary on 29th May 1953. Since then, more than 3,000 mountaineers from around the world have climbed the top. Apa Sherpa has made the highest record on the summit by climbing Mount Everest 21 times. Departed from hotel in the early morning to catch a flight to Lukla for Everest Base Camp trekking and to summit Island Peak. Small twin-otter aircrafts are ready to fly to Lukla. The exotic flight of approximately 35 minutes from Kathmandu brings us to Lukla. The scene of flight landing and taking off at Lukla Airport is extremely exciting. Every day, hundreds of trekkers and mountaineers arrive to Lukla to begin and return to Kathmandu by ending their trip. Lukla is very famous as a gateway of Mount Everest. Therefore, this point marks the beginning of our quest to Everest Base Camp and Island Peak climbing. After Lukla, no other mode of transportation is available except walking across the hills. Trekkers and mountaineers walk in the narrow mountain trail like a serpentine queue. On the way, trekkers enjoy the natural beauty of Chauri Kharka, exotic mountain views, waterfalls, villages of the Sherpa community having tea shops, and Buddhist monasteries. "4 hours walking down from Lukla, we get to Phakding, where you are going to stay overnight in a guest house. Proceeding from Phakding in the morning, along with sweet and melodious sound of the Dudhkoshe River coming down from the mountain, reduces the fast breathing of the trekkers to get to Jorsalli after a few hours of walking. Government office staffs perform the formalities of checking trekker's permit and TIMS card, essential for the trekkers and mountaineers. After crossing this bridge, we take a stiff climb of 2 hours to enter into a famous mountain tourist village, Namche Bazaar. Namche is a world-renowned Sherpa village situated at the elevation of 3,440 meters. Tourists can view Mount Kwangde, 6,286 meters to the west, Mount Khumbu, 5,761 meters to the north, Mount Thamsherku, 6,608 meters. The top of Namche Bazaar is a strategic location to see the Mount Everest, Mount Lhotse, that is 8,516 meters, Ama Dablam, 6,812 meters, and trail to Everest Base Camp and Thyangboche Monastery. Approximately 1 hour walking up from Namche, we will be encountered to an excellent location for mountain views. From here, trekkers can see Phungi Thanga, Syangbochhe Monastery, and beautiful brooks and brokerage with scenic mountains. Again, about 1.5 hour trekking, we can reach to Sanasa. After 1 hour downward trekking, we reach Phungi Thanga. Again, after walking for 1.5 hours, we arrive to Thyangboche. Once we reach Thyangboche, we are welcomed by Mount Everest, Mount Ama Dablam, Mount Kangtega, and other famous peaks which re-energize every trekker by forgetting all physical tiredness. The distance of Pangboche from Thyangboche is just about a 2 hours comfortable trek. After lunch, we resume trek for about 3 hours. Then we reach to Feriche, the night stay. The next day, we reach to Lobuche, that is 4,900 meters. We spend the night here. From Lobuche, while trekking to the Everest Base Camp and Kalapatthar, one can see beautiful Mount Pumori in front and at its bottom Kalapatthar, which is the end of this trekking itinerary, and another attraction is the serpentine queues of trekkers. Four hours walking uphill from Lobuche, we arrive at Gorakshep, where we enjoy our lunch. The last village of Everest Base Camp trekking route. Gorakshep is located at the altitude of 5,140 meters. From this location, trail to Kalapatthar and Everest Base Camp are separated. We will be heading to the Everest Base Camp. Everest Base Camp, at an altitude of 5,364 meters, is a world-famous tourist destination where hundreds of thousands of tourists aspire to enjoy mountain views every year. We will be back to Gorakshep for a night halt. The next morning, we climb up to Kalapatthar. Kalapatthar is close to Mount Pumori. Kalapatthar is at the altitude of 5,545 meters from the sea level and is very famous for Everest trekking. From here, Mount Lola, which is attached to Mount Everest, summit of Mount Everest, and Mount Nupse, which is 7,855 meters, as well as Mount Pumori and Mount Lobuche. The same day we get back down to Thyangboche for a night stop. From Thyangboche, one can see Mount Lhotse, Mount Lhotse Sar and Chukung Valley very clearly. From Thyangboche, one has to trek for 1 hour via Somare, Pangboche to reach to Thyangboche. One can reach Namche Bazaar in about 3 hours trekking and has to spend 1 night here. From Namche Bazaar, one has to trek back to Lukla via Jorsalle, Phakding and Tauri Kharga. Monte Rosa Treks and Expedition Private Limited organized and managed this Everest Base Camp trekking and Island Peak expedition. Please to remember Monte Rosa Treks and Expedition to climb Mount Everest and other famous peaks for mountain flight, Nepal Tour, Jungle Safari, Tibet Tour, Mount Kailash Tour, Bhutan Tour, and many more tour packages. We are always ready to serve you by providing professional human resources, tour guide, climbing guide, cook, and other necessary equipments. Guest is God.